go. Initial verse. Ignorance keeps us trapped in the three realms. And I think we all understand that line. And because we are unenlightened beings, we are ignorant of what we do. But whatever it is, whatever what we do, generally, people have some kindness in them. So, and with the kindness, they do have good karma. And in ignorance, we do not know what we do. And sometimes we create negative causes, and that's why we have karma. So as a result of which, we rise and fall in the cyclic existence without any stability, without any enlightenment, without any end to this. And a thought, in fact, the fastest thing that even faster than the speed of light is actually a thought. Right? In the flash, with a thought, the five aggregates are set in motion at once, together resulting in the 50 evils. We'll come to what I mean by the 50 evils later. So in Master's explanation, and our minds are constantly fluctuating. And that's also the reason why in the three flawless studies, we face a lot of difficulties in practicing samadhi. And we, because we are very much controlled by our mind, although we think we know, we think that we are controlling the mind, but more often than not, if you understand the mind well enough, the mind is in control of you. So let us reflect on ourselves and assess what is it that we are thinking about each day. So in the end, would we have more good karma? Would we have more bad karma? So we see, we don't know the answer to this right until the final moment of our life. And that final moment, that flash that you're going to get, that moment, that's when that is being replayed. So if we allow an evil thought to arise with this same physical form of our body, we commit the 10 evils. So the 10 evils, as you all know about it, right? Which is killing, stealing, and all the way to wrong views. Okay, so it's 3 of the body, 4 of the speech, and 3 of the mind. So one thought arises, one aggregate leads to one of these 10. So there are 5 aggregates, right? So with the 5 aggregates, form, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness. So each one of them have 10, so leading to 50. That's the meaning of that. 50 is an analogy of the 5 destinies. So in summary, when it comes to good and evil, if a thought stirs, the 5 aggregates are oriented towards goodness. So if a good thought will result in goodness, and a bad thought give rise to evil. But even if one with good thoughts will go to heaven, but they're still in samsara. So we need to understand that very clearly. And so this 10, 20, and even 50 years. So 20 refers to the analogy of the human realm because we've got 10 evil disentangled. So we have abandoned all the evil and we abide by the 10 good deeds or 10 wholesome deeds. Then the rebirth will be a heavenly realm. But we still have these 10 evil deeds. Then we need to undertake the precepts to refrain from doing all these things. And so with this balance of, if we just undertake the precepts, so 5 precepts, that's where the human realm. So 50 years analogy of the 5 destiny because of these 50 evils that we do, we just go on in cyclic existence, which is what this one is about. The good and evil we rise and fall and no stability. So the lessons learned from all these things. We have abandoned our intrinsic nature of true suchness, which is our original nature, and that's what it is. So it's the original nature, the pure nature, the Buddha nature. So therefore, we must rediscover our innate enlightenment. So before our spiritual practice complete impermanent strikes, and that's the end of life. And because we are not still unenlightened at a point in time, and we stop halfway, then we get reborn. We must begin all over again. And we are once again then covered by delusion. So we must take good care of our minds, otherwise we'll be continuing be running away and turning our backs to our innate enlightenment. So we need to understand this whole cyclic existence. How do we, I mean, certainly for my life, I don't, I've remain enlightened, and I will be still unenlightened at the end of my life. So how then can I be in practice in a manner that I don't have to start all over again? And these are the questions that we should ask of ourselves and constantly ask ourselves as to where we are in our practice. And that's why Master said at one time, she mentioned about the seal in our heart. And this is what it is. So we contemplate and relate to that teaching about an edge in your heart, a seal in your heart to this particular two lines. So the Buddha constantly emphasizes simply teaching us how to rediscover innate enlightenment. And because we have left the seed of innate enlightenment behind, which is since the beginner's time, that was our original nature. So this rediscovery, and which is what I'm going to share with you in my contemplation today. Spiritual knowledge cannot be gathered in a hurry, and it be gradual. That's why end of life is still unenlightened. So the efforts in the practice cannot be in a scurry either. So self-realization takes time to mature. Let the mind mature in consciousness, because for that to arise, self-realization to arise, consciousness must first mature, and the inner seeing will then be unveiled. The path of practice is for your discovery. Uncover the non-self, and then the efficacious practice is for rediscovery. And what are you discovering? Your innate nature. So in the same way on relationship, in understanding relationship, as you grow in understanding, you discover more than you knew. We often, in any relationship, we think we know the person. But as you grow and understand, you discover actually more than you knew. And then you find out that you're a lot more you did not know. So as you realize, you uncover more that you understood. And as you practice, you will discover more than you had actually realized. Okay, Kanan brothers and sisters, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Brother Chin, for the splendid summary. Yeah.